Greetings, everyone. Thank you and welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Angelic Alchemy Meenakshi. I wanted to share an update on the current energies of Earth as of now, as well as our universe. So, this is a galactic update as received by me through downloads, meditations, and dream time. As we know, we are in a pivotal point on our journey on Earth. We are all feeling the high frequency energies that have been flooding Earth since the beginning of this year, 2024. So let's get started. To give a quick, brief introduction to myself, I am a practitioner of past life regressions. I practice angelic alchemy holistic healings, under which I do past life regressions, as well as angelic Reiki, angelic alchemy, Akashic records reading, and I am a spiritual mentor as well. So if you want to know more about me, you can visit my website, which is angelicalchemyholistichealing.com. And I am on this channel, the YouTube channel that I'm currently tuned into, as well as Instagram and Facebook by the same name. So thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. I'm pretty sure, by now everyone on Earth is feeling the high frequency energy that is flooding our beautiful planet, our beautiful Mother Earth, all of this year. And there are some very important messages that were coming through, as well as personal experiences that I wanted to share, that if they can help you in any way, shape, or form, I wanted to bring them forth. And here they are. Let's talk about them. So, the first message that I wanted to share is a dream that they showed me, I think about a month and a half back, before the major solar flares started. In my dream, I saw this beautiful, gigantic ocean. It was a beautiful ocean in that the waters were absolutely clear. They were crystal blue. However, the ocean was going through extreme tidal waves, and the waves, if you have to compare them, were as high as a 20, 30, 40 store building. And first, I was shown a glimpse of the ocean and the waves going high. And then I was shown a close up of the same. And in the close up, I was shown a high wave. Each one of the waves had, you can call it like a surfboard, but it really wasn't a surfboard. It was a point. They weren't really surfboards, but that's the analogy that I'm giving right now. But they look like white spots. Were marked for, I think, every individual that was meant to be on it. And they showed me my spot. And as I took that spot, the waves started and they were really, really um, high. But as we were going high and then coming down, because they were tidal waves and they were like the sine graph, going up and down, the crests and the troughs. And as they were going up and we were coming down, the waves are coming down. All I remember in that dream is saying to myself, taking a deep breath and saying, just surrender and you will be fine. Just surrender and you will be fine. And initially, my body was stiff as the wave was very high. As soon as I heard myself give that message to me, it was perhaps from my higher self, my body just relaxed in the dream and I was able to float and ride those waves very easily. And so that's what the message was pertaining to the energies that we are all currently experiencing, but we've been experiencing them from the beginning of the year with all of the events that have occurred, from the lunar eclipse to the solar eclipse to all of the solar flashes that are coming through, as we can see even in the data that is coming through NASA, the Schumann resonance. It is clearly showing the hot flashes that are coming from the sun and the flares that are coming, the solar flares. They are extremely, extremely high frequency. And they are taking off all of the density from Earth, all of the densities from us. And here's what I want to share of what is happening through these rays, as we are feeling them and sensing them. Of course, we are, sometimes we tend to feel exhausted. Sometimes we feel a high, all-time high, and you want to, do all the chores in your house. You want to go all out and cover all your activities. But at times you just want to lay in your bed and you want to sleep and do nothing. So that is absolutely normal. And as we experience them, we also call them sometimes ascension symptoms. But typically, what do these ascension symptoms mean? They are basically reflections of what is going on internally in our body. And at times, it is not just in our body, but we may be the anchor points for that particular energy to feel it, to embody it, and then to heal and release it for the collective. So wherever you're feeling those blockages, that's when we need to step in and start questioning ourselves and doing healings, self healings for ourselves, and really anchoring in finding that foundation, that anchor point on earth as well, because these frequencies can throw anyone off guard. Like they can make you feel like you're floating and that you're not anchored in. That's why people are restless and anxious at times, because they're not being able to anchor into their earth star chakras. So that's another chakra we need to check into. So looking into our chakra system and seeing where is that blockage, because as the energy comes in, it flows through the soul star, the higher dimensions, and it comes into the crown, and then it just goes into our chakra system. And wherever there's a blockage, that's where we're going to feel it the most. That could be your own blockage, or it could be the blockage of the collective. So basically just working through it. Are you getting headaches? Is your head spinning too much? Are you feeling vertigo? Or do you get aches and pains in your shoulders? Is it backache? Is it stomach aches? Are you purging from the stomach? Is your throat chakra hurting? Are you coming down with a throat infection? So all of that basically is reflective of what needs healing within you, me, all of us, depending on who's experiencing it. So just looking into that to make sure that our beautiful channel is clear to receive the high frequency waves that are coming in, energy that is coming in, because it is meant to crystallize us and it's meant to crystallize the energy on earth for ascension. One of the statements that I was hearing throughout as this message was coming through, and I wrote it down, was we are in the portal to ascension at the moment, and we are going to continue to be in this portal forever now on our journey, through our journey on Earth. The other thing that was happening in another dream, which was a follow-up to this dream, was as these energies are coming in, sometimes people get thrown off guard, as I was saying, and instead of feeling anchored and grounded into earth, sometimes they can be thrown off enough to not know what to do and the choices and the timelines that they have to choose. So what people do is they take the first path that is shown to them without any discernment. And what I was shown was this energy was coming through, and between buildings, now buildings represent the matrix itself. There were buildings, kind of like, I think you have it in Venice, right? Where you have a river flowing through the buildings. So there was this river which was flowing through the buildings. And the river was not a clear river. It was a dirty, mucky, muddy, slush river. And it was flowing through. And as some people felt this energy come through, they just knew that they just have to somehow get to the other side, and it doesn't matter how they have to do it, and they were just jumping into this dirty river. And I remember calling out to them and saying, hey, don't go in this river, don't go in this river, we find another way, this is not meant for us. However, these people didn't listen. They were in fear as well. They just jumped right in, and then I saw them doing like underwater swimming in this dirty river, which meant when they went underwater, it means that they sunk back into the 3D matrix, which again is exactly what we're trying to emerge from. So again, these energies can actually take us both ways depending on the timelines that we're choosing. And if these beings that I saw jumping into the dirty river, falling back into the matrix, had waited or looked around, properly, if they had calmed their hearts down and used heart discernment and waited, there was help around, because the next thing I saw was zip lines, and they were showing it to me as my own experience. So I was seeing it from my point of view. And then I saw myself on a zip line, so above the buildings and above the sludgy water, and I was zip lining through. And they were showing that help is available. Just look up, look around, and there are options to, anchor yourself and be able to handle and take in and embody these energies without drowning in them, without letting them drown you, to the other way around, where someone gets so thrown out of it that they are willing to jump back into the matrix out of fear. So while I was ziplining, I also noticed that I think something attacked, or something was slipping out of my protective shield on the right side. And this is where they wanted to show that's how much our beautiful guides are watching over. As that happened, it was like a flick of a second. I think I barely even noticed. I realized that something on my shoulder needed more protection. And within that split second, that time, as I felt it for a second, I saw this beautiful guide, one of my beautiful guide, walk across the street as if he was just his eyes were on me, and he was just watching where he needed to step in. And he just walked past me. He just fixed that shield for me, and he just walked away without any acknowledgement or anything within a second. And he didn't even want to come in the way of my experience. And I also just zipped right through and completed what I was meant to do. So what they were showing me was that this is a natural phenomenon. When you're going through such experiences, things are going to happen. All the fights that we put up with, all the war that we go to, there are times when you're going to feel like you're down. There are times when you're going to feel that your shield is needs more powering up. There are times when you're going to feel that, oh, there's a crack here or a hole here, we need to fix it. But what they were showing was that it's not just us, but our beautiful galactic team has our back, and their eyes are always on us, and they're watching us, because each one of us here is worth it. Each one of us here is meant to do something for this ascension, and we are all doing a part. So they are here to help us as well. So that's what the dream was about. We need to take the higher road. We need to look at the higher picture and not just jump out of fear. And this comes a lot with practicing heart discernment, which is the key to really, heart discernment and surrendering is the key to really floating by and making the most of these energies and riding these waves. In the morning in my meditation, they were also showing me the giraffe. The beautiful giraffe was looking at something below. So basically, what that stands for is, giraffes stand for beautiful divine energies, feminine, grace, poise, peacefulness, calm, balance, harmony, as well as, most importantly, because of their height, they have a vision of a higher perspective of what's happening on the ground. So they were reminding us that we need to take the higher road, we need to look at the bigger picture, so that we're able to rightly discern our course of action and our timelines that we are to take. And the giraffe is also able to see timelines and the future. So it's a beautiful spirit animal that is stepping forth for Earth as of now. And I was really excited to see the giraffe because it's such a beautiful animal. And as you all know, children love giraffes a lot, right? So children know a lot about what these animals actually mean and the kind of energies and frequencies that they carry forth. So that was one. And the second important message that Archangel Michael kept saying was, we are in accelerated timelines now. So any timelines that we choose now, specifically if they're positive, benevolent, they're going to be rolling really super fast now. We are going at supersonic speed. It almost feels like Earth is just spinning faster. And everything is rolling. And what that also means is the experiences that we go into will be in and out of experiences. And until and unless we really get, stuck in something and we allow ourselves to just get stuck in some sort of an energy, we are meant to just keep moving forward. Because Earth is spinning so fast, continuously looking back, seeing, oh my God, that happened to me in my past, or what's happening here and there, getting distracted is just going to throw us off guard. So staying focused is really essential right now. And I had a beautiful example of accelerated timeline come up just yesterday. So we went to this beautiful event, a carnival on Sunday, and we were exhausted after that. But so yesterday was Tuesday, right? Yes. So Tuesday, May 21st, I was thinking about the event, about the carnival, about something related to it. But when I was thinking about the carnival, I was under the impression that the carnival was a week or 2 weeks back. And I was like, wait, when did we go? Was it a week back or 2 weeks back? But I remember the events very clearly, but I didn't remember when it occurred. So that was strange. And I had to pull up the calendar to see what date I was on and what date we actually went to the event. And that was just like a day before. But it actually felt like a week or two back. That's when, Michael's message just got reiterated to me because I had forgotten about it. He made me feel it. So that's the kind of accelerated timeline that we are on. Like things are just moving. It's like January, the start of the year was just yesterday, right? But no, it's just gone by. He said, accelerated timelines ahead, buckle up. So let's be ready and prepared for that and do all of the groundwork that we know by now. Everybody knows, grounding, focusing, meditating, drinking lots of water, eating a clean diet. Um, at all times connecting with your guides and nature, because nature is our mother nature. Mother Earth is constantly giving us messages for our timelines, and she's also helping us make choices if we listen to her. So just being connected with that. The other message that was coming through for the collective was that of financial reset. Okay, so I don't usually tap into messages related to the finance world somehow. So it was strange for me that this message was coming through, but I think that I've looked around me and seen that it is happening. There's going to be, what did he say? They were saying there's the financial karmic cycles being balanced right now. And in that, what it means that there's going to be a reset, a death and rebirth of the financial wealth, abundance sector, section, segment for our collective, which means that people will get a restart in their financial situation. Um, However it works for you, you can just take a look. If someone is in debt, finding out how you can come out of it, and how to, steer clear of credit cards and go cash only as much as possible, because we know how that runs with the financial industry, to really start beating that system now and taking that call, and watching out for not putting yourself under the financial burden, because that is a part of the negative matrix, the financial burden, because people become dependent on the system and are continuously under debt and dependent on the system, on the government for assistance or moving forward with, events in their lives and milestones in their life, because a lot of what we need on, one of our needs on the 3D planet Earth is that of currency to be able to buy things, right? So that is something that is currently happening. If someone has not tapped into that yet, you can start working with your guides and start setting that intention for them to help you come out of debt, come out of bad, negative financial situations, clear the currency that is coming to you. That is something that I love doing. Every currency that's coming to you, clearing the energy of it, because currency holds a lot of negative energy because it's cycling in the collective. There are all kinds of beings doing all kinds of work that touch that currency, and then it touches our hands. So making sure that you purify the currency that is coming to you and connected to source love. What else? So the financial reset connects with abundance. So when we look at financial reset, we can also look at finance as a mode of abundance. It's one of the modes of abundance. However, abundance is also the wealth of knowledge, wisdom, good health, prosperity. So looking at it from a larger perspective, there's going to be a reset of abundance of wisdom and knowledge coming into the collective as well. The veil has completely thinned out at this moment, at least. There is, I feel sometimes almost, almost no veil, and the messages, the downloads, the information, the galactic wisdom, our own remembrance of our soul, what we're here to do, and the work that we're here to do as a collective are coming through very clearly, sometimes without asking. You just close your eyes and you get a message. You just close your eyes, you get a vision. So they're coming and rolling very fast, provided we do our work of anchoring ourselves and clearing ourselves. So there's going to be fresh wisdom coming into the collective, and that wisdom is coming into everybody. So basically tapping into the you within your soul and seeing what wisdom you carry within you. And then when you're looking around and you're watching and you're listening to all the wisdom being shared by others, basically listening from your heart and being very I'm going to use the word clever in heart discerning. Does that sound right to you? Does that make sense to you? How do you feel about it? Because your feeling and your emotions of the information being shared will tell you whether you're meant to connect with that wisdom or not, or just let it go, basically. So only take what your heart discernment allows you to and gives you a complete green signal to do so. And sit with it and see, what does this mean to me? Oh, it doesn't make any difference to my life. This is not something I'm working on. I'm going to park it to the side. This is not for me. And then you can walk away, or you can say, yes, this is exactly what's happening in my life. So financial karmic cycles being balanced out, the giving and taking. There's this, they were showing me a scale. There's going to be justice in the financial world. The giving and taking of money is going to be balanced. The giving and taking of knowledge and wisdom from the galactics is going to be balanced. It's no more going to be in the hands of the select few who were running with it and also got corrupted with it. It's going to be available for everyone, so that everyone can be their own guru and their own teachers, and then they can, choose their timelines and guide whoever else that they meant to guide along the way. So that is another important information that was coming in. There's also going to be a plethora of realizations, aha moments, and events that will happen individually for your own ascension journey that are going to leave you breathless and awestruck and um, will keep you going, and your hope and your faith for humanity, for the collective, for yourself individually, and for ascension will be resurrected if at all it was dimming. And so watch out for those, watch out for those beautiful aha moments, watch out for downwards from the higher self. There've been a lot of higher self activations that have happened to the next level. So I'll go on to say that this is the next spiritual awakening that is happening this at this moment. 2023 is pivotal for that. For myself personally, as my own experience, I woke up in 2017. However, now from 2023 mid-year up till now has been the biggest, most powerful spiritual, true spiritual awakening for me, for my soul, and activations and being able to heart discern. So catching on to that energy and moving forward, even the higher selves coming through have, like some of us have been connecting with certain guides, and then there's another group of guides that step forward that, what they're in the background, but they step forward so powerfully, so strongly. It was so beautiful. So it's been very activating. So just watch out for those beautiful guides that are stepping in, new guides that are stepping in to guide you. They're not new, they've always been around. It's just time for them to show themselves to you, because we actually have to work through many layers within ourselves to bring us to that frequency where we can sometimes connect with the next group of guides that are supposed to work with us. So we have to do that inner journey. We have to take that inner journey, work on ourselves. And as we expand our soul and we work on ourselves, we realize our worth, we step into our empowerment. These gifts of new guides or guides of a waiting in the wing for us, they welcome us and they take us next level on our journey. There's also going to be, what they were showing me, a lot of emotional fulfillment on earth related to relationships. So there's going to be rekindling of some good old relationships that were there in the background somewhere, but they'll be viewed from a different heart discernment. People will be coming in from both sides with a clearer heart. So watching out for that. There's going to be a lot of divine union happening on earth. So that could be physical union of twin flames. So a very, very powerful year for that. So watch out for your beautiful divine masculine or divine feminine stepping in and expanding from inside of you, showing you that they are here for you in every which way. And also related to that, number two was really big, has been big this year. At least for me, it's popping up so much more. Today is the 22nd of May, and as I'm seeing this, it's 11 a.m. So it says 22, 11, 11, 22, 11. So really beautiful master numbers there. So number two, the number of duality, the number of yin and yang, the number of balance, the number of union of masculine and feminine coming together has been really big, and it's going to continue to be so. So continue working on yourselves and working with your divine twin flames to take your relationship next level. There's going to be abundance of happiness, peace, joy, and love that no one can tamper with. So it is highly, highly, highly protected by the galactics and source. Okay, the other message that was really coming through was that of the programming that we have to constantly be doing something, where we feel that we actually set up expectations for ourselves, and then we feel that people have expectations from us and we need to match up and live up to those expectations. And sometimes, even if we don't have the energy or the inkling to do a certain activity or follow a certain routine, sometimes we force ourselves into that just to meet those expectations. So this was a beautiful message that was coming forth yesterday. My husband and I were talking about it, and this need to constantly be doing something, otherwise feeling as if we are passive. Are we being lazy? We're not doing anything. Are we putting out enough work? And he said to me, Buddha and Shiva are always, almost always in meditation. And they are always connected to the universe and the energies of the universe. Are they being passive? Are they being lazy? Are they like not doing anything? They're doing everything within that meditation, within that brainwave that they are in, that they connect with the universe. So he told me this is where the programming of constantly wanting to do something comes in. We feel that we need to churn out work all the time. And yes, whether we realize it or not, even when we are passive, even when we are resting, our bodies are still doing work. You know, even when you go to the grocery store, one of the reasons why you come back sometimes exhausted is because you were probably clearing that area while you were doing groceries, or you were helping other souls ascend if they were stuck there. So uh, you know, your energies basically are continuously attuned to the contracts that you have that you're carrying here and will continue doing that. However, if your body is asking you to rest, if your body is asking you to take a nap, and you usually are not someone who takes a nap, you know, don't start judging yourself thinking, am I lazy? You know, who even takes a nap for an hour or two? You know, but if your body's asking you to do it, go ahead and do it. So, listening, surrendering to the messages that your body is telling you, being fully attuned to it is essential. So, taking that time out for yourself is absolutely important, irrespective of the standards or routine or expectations that you set for yourself or you feel that others have of you. You know, everybody will understand because these energies are a lot. So, take your time out to take a break, take rest, and keep doing your work in the background. Okay. Now, I also want to share a message about the portal to ascension from January to, you know, up till now, with all the beautiful energies coming through. We are in the portal to ascension. We also saw the northern lights. And yes, there's this, you know, it went two ways. You know, there were these theories coming out that HARP did it and HARP created them artificially, whereas, you know, some people truly believe that the northern lights were absolutely authentic and pure and they felt the love from them and they were excited. There was this happiness, there was this joy that spread throughout Earth. Now, remembering that we are going to receive all kinds of information from everywhere. There might be some form of iota of truth here and there, and there will be a lot of false knowledge as well. What my guides showed me was to basically just trust and see how I felt within that energy. How did that energy make you feel? How did those lights make you feel? Um, for me, my husband and I, we saw them, but we also actually were shown the northern lights a couple of days later in dream time, and they were absolutely beautiful and much brighter than how we saw them in the physical. However, the message that clearly came across was that we are continuously surrounded by this love light. This is around Earth at all times. Earth is surrounded by the light of source, which emanates from the love of source, and this is a constant now, and it is never going to dim so long as we keep our spirits up, but mostly it's not going to dim. And that is the energy that we are feeling. And at the same time, around that time, within that month, I personally saw a few beautiful souls ascend out of the matrix. And from the beginning of January up till now, I personally know at least a couple of souls that, at least four or five that ascended out. And they took with them all the healing that they did, all the work that they did for the collective, all of the sufferings, challenges that they faced. They healed them all and they left them. And as they were exiting Earth, they were exiting the matrix because we are in the portal to ascension. And I saw them all exit the matrix very, very beautifully. And within that week itself, when we had the Northern Lights, I was actually working with one of them who was at the last stage and literally breathing their last breath. And they also ascended out beautifully. And it is a bitter, sweet journey. Bitter because at the end of the day, you know, we are the physical beings here. We feel the grief, we feel love for them, we feel grief, we feel loss, we feel the pain. We have memories connected to them, so we, you know, our mind, our heart goes back to those memories of conversations had, of meetings had. However, we have to look at the higher perspective of what those souls came here to do, and that they have achieved it and they've freed themselves and they've attained moksha and they are out of this matrix. It is a joyous moment for those souls, and from the other side, they will continue to do, you know, do the work that they came here to do in a more powerful way, in a clearer way, without any pain, without any suffering and challenges that they might have felt on earth. And as this most recent soul was exiting Earth, that's the same week we had the Northern Lights. So for me, it was a very powerful indication that we are in that portal now. We are in the gateways, the portals have opened up for this huge wave of love light and constantly being anchored into Earth. The other thing that Michael was saying was Earth is the focal point of the universe at the moment, and it will continue to be till the final point of ascension of Earth from here into the higher dimensional space of existence that it is meant to be in. And so all of the galactics are surrounding Earth. All of the light of the universe is surrounding Earth and is flooding Earth with energy now. And we have all of this light, all of this love, all of this wisdom, help, protection around us. So if anyone is feeling down, anyone is feeling low, you can, work through it and know that you have all of these beings around to help you. Ask for help and you will be shown the way. You'll be shown your highest timeline. Choose that highest timeline and vibrate it out all around you. At the same time, the last but most beautiful and important message I wanted to share is for animals. And, within the light working communities, of course, we know we love our animals and what they mean to us. They are pure source energy here on Earth. However, there are places on Earth where animals are still being abused to the extent where we cannot even hear the incidents that occurred. We cannot see their pictures even, and these animals are suffering. I was shown in the dream time that the dragon mothers, the birthers of these elements, because animals are basically beautiful elemental beings and bigger other high frequency races that are here in the form of animals. So they're dragons, they're lyrans, they're felines, they're all kinds of races that are here in their bodies. And I was shown in my dream time that there was this cat, a cat couple, male and female, and they had all these kittens. And if anyone was picking their kittens up, they were just going all out and attacking them. So the dragon mothers have really stepped into a ferocious role now as far as their kittens are concerned, and that goes for all the mothers on earth as well. If anyone comes for the children, you're going to see the wrath of God in the eyes of the divine mothers and the mothers that are here, irrespective of whether they're animals, they're dragons, or they're humans. So really go all out and protect your young ones, and there's no harm that's going to come on them. And speak up for the animals and do as much as you can do for the animals. Even at this event that we went, we there was a petting zoo at the event, and you could go in and we could meet all kinds of animals and birds. And my little one was really excited about it. She's 4, and we went in and we met all those animals, and it was the most beautiful day. We came out and we were, there was a station to wash our hands. We all washed our hands. When we came home in the evening, suddenly she was thinking about it and she said, Mama, we washed our hands after touching the animals, but we forgot to wash our hands before touching them. Yes? And I just want to leave everyone with that thought. That's the message. What are we doing for them? Why are we treating them like they are second citizens and that we would get impure by touching them? What about the germs and viruses and negative energies we might be carrying that the poor animals are actually healing for us? And I want to just wrap up my video here, I think, because I think our love for our animals needs to basically shine through. Let's be the spokesperson for them and hold space for them and do as much as you can in your local communities for animals. Thank you, everyone, for all those that have been working religiously for this. All right, so those are the messages that I wanted to share that were coming through very strongly, and I'm happy to be able to put them through. If there's any question anyone has, or if you want to share any of your experiences, you can leave a comment, or you can also email me at my email, angelicalchemy1111@gmail.com. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening in. I love you all. Thank you. Enjoy these beautiful energies and lots of source love to you and your beautiful family and loved ones. Thank you.